Hello everyone, welcome to A Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. Well, I've got a little job to do here. I'm tired of this. Tata had put, we had some big leaks here. I guess a limb fell on this from the typhoon or something. But we had some leaks in this and they were just getting worse and worse and worse. And so Tata cut some strips of rubber and put around this irrigation hose here, and for the most part it stopped the leaks, because they're nothing like they were shooting halfway across the pond there. It's just on low pressure now because I'm not pumping into the storage tank. That pump's just idling along, but that's a volume pump, not a pressure pump. So to get any kind of pressure out of it at all, we got to crank it like 90% to get the water up, probably 20 to 25 foot elevation from where I'm standing now. The only way to get that pressure is to really fire it up, and it increases the pressure here in the line. And it was shooting almost to the other side of this pond, and it was getting to the point to where it was just going to split the hose and destroy it. So I thought I put this rubber on it. What I'm going to do, I've been pumping for about I don't know, an hour, and I keep going by this, and it's just bugging me. It has for the most part stopped the majority of the leaks, but it's also restricted the flow. I'm thinking down to about an inch or less right there. So I'm going to, what I did is I got some 1.5 PVC here. I'm going to splice into this. We don't have any clamps, any hose clamps this size, so I'm going to have to use that rubber as well as a clamp for this. So I'm going to go shut the pump off. It's still pumping a lot of water that way, but it's just, I don't know, it just bugs me because I know it's restricting the flow some. No way to really judge how much, but it's enough. Yeah, it maintains about this level. You can see where the water level was when I started pumping, and at this outflow rate it just about maintains right there. I'm going to shut this off, hit this valve here so the water will drain back in a bit, and I'm going to go up and splice those. And hopefully it'll be better when I'm done than it is now. That's the plan anyway. I mean, the majority of this water that's leaking out here is going into this pond, but pond 2 critically needs more water. Even though it's cloudy today and it's sprinkled a few times, it's just not raining. And I didn't pump water at all yesterday because I was just thinking, oh, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. And I've been thinking that for a couple days, and it just won't rain. It gets cloudy like this, it's breezy, but it just will not rain. So I'm going to start pumping water. It should be pretty straightforward. Camera here somewhere will actually show what I'm doing. Maybe there, maybe not. If it's not showing properly what I'm doing, then I'll just edit this part out. I'm going to remove this rubber that Tata put on there. it so much. I can see these holes here. So I'm just going to cut that part out. Alright, now I've got to pull this back. About like so. This, the ID and O die, the OD and ID on the blue and the white, and this fits in not snugly, but it fits easily inside the white. You can see that there. I mean, it fits in there, but you can see when I crimp around, there's about, I don't know, 1/4 inch there, so that's why I'm going to put the hose back on it. And I'm going to do, I've only got 2 sections, so I'm going to do probably that one and this one, and that one's not choking it down too much. I'll leave it. Alright, well, this one's done. All I did was wrap this. I started with a knot here and just wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it, and then tied another knot at this end here. It's pretty tight, and under fairly low pressure, that hopefully will not leak. So finish with that one. I'll move on to this one here. Alright, this is the first one I cut out. I just wanted to show you the holes in it. You know, that's not, maybe only 1/4 inch there, 1/8 of an inch there, and this one's kind of a long one. You wouldn't think it'd let out that much water, but it does. There's 2 in this one as well. Little tear there, little tear there, and this is fairly tough stuff. I think this was just from sticks when there was a tree laying right over the top of this and actually laying into the pond. And I think when that tree came down, it just knocked holes in this. I'm going to try to find some more of this pipe somewhere, and I might do that one as well. If I can't find any more pipe, then it is what it is. I wish I had a way to do this to where I could show you guys just what I'm doing, but I just don't. So I'm tying a little half knot here, like so, and I'm bringing this back as far to the edge of the white pipe as I can, and you know, there's got to be a way. Yeah, I should have brought the tripod, but I didn't. Maybe this will show. I basically stretch it. You know, there's a point to where it really won't stretch anymore, and I'm taking it to that point and then just wrapping it around. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to have enough rubber on this one because I like to go twice here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to make this one secure or not. We're soon going to find out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can make this happen with the small amount of rubber I got left. I'm afraid this right side's going to leak. Oh, it sucks not having the hand strength that you used to. Yeah, I don't know if that's tight enough right there. Pretty sure this side won't leak, but this side, pretty sure this side here won't leak, but this side here, I don't know. Well, it's the moment of truth. I'm going to go fire the pump up and we'll see what happens. Let's see if that well has come up any. Probably in the, I don't know how long it's been since I shut it off, but 15-20 minutes. Probably hasn't come up more than an inch or two. Maybe 3. I'll take it back. It's come up over a foot. Alright, let's fire this off. Yeah, no leak there, no leak there. This one, I've got to do this one too because it's just constricting that too much. I don't know, where am I going to find any more pipe? And nobody saw me bring Marcel's kitchen knife down here. That did not happen. Anyone who says that, it's a lie. Let's see what we got coming out up top here. Yeah, when I pulled on that, it pulled it out here. We got almost nothing coming out up here. Yeah, it's just restricting it too much down here. Got to fix that other one as well. Alright, well, I'm on the hunt for more blue pipe. I removed that rubber. You can see that tiny little hole. Not a lot coming out of this one. Where did I put that rubber? I actually need that. But let's see if just by removing that restriction, if we got any flow increase. I might have to fire that pump up some more because the lower the water in the well gets, the faster the pump needs to run because it's pulling the water up. Yeah, that ain't enough. So I've got to crank it up some. Well, I see the problem. I forgot that I opened this valve to drain that line, so I didn't get a bath when I cut into it working on it. So let's close that valve and then go up and see what we've got. I'm sure that increased the pressure on this a bit. You can see there's leaks all along this because the limbs from this mango tree, and I think this is Tupelo, whatever it is, they fell all along through here. Still no leaks in the splashes I made. A little bit more coming out there. Let's see what we got up here. Hopefully I won't have to turn that pump up. The slower it runs, the more efficient it is fuel-wise. Fuel to water pumped. Well, that's much more better. That's actually worth running the pump. So, mission accomplished. And it'll pretty much continue that much outflow because the surface water table is so high that the inflow in that well is so great that it'll pump that much water continuously. We've had that pump run a full tank, which is a gallon, a US gallon, and it's never taken that well at this speed, and it's never taken that well water below 3 feet. And when it got down to, I don't know, 3.5 feet, it took it 4 hours to drop that other half a foot. So that's why I'm saying that there's no way we could ever pump it dry. Not removing that amount. I'm going to go over here and see. It's actually come up enough to start going into pond 2. It has just a little trickle. Just a little trickle there. So pond 2, this is pond 2 right here, is in desperate need of some water exchange. The fish for 2 days now have not been eating that much because fish aren't exactly what you would call intelligent, but nature has a way of regulating things, and if the water's not good, if the water is very marginal like it is right now, they just quit eating so much. And even though that fish has the most biomass in it, that pond has the most biomass in it, they're eating the least amount of feed. They're eating less feed than the fish in pond 3 that has maybe 1/4 the amount of fish in it. But the water is very good in pond 3, so that's why they're eating, and these guys aren't. So I'm gonna, that pump has probably got another 3 hours of fuel left in it, and then I'm going to put about another 6 hours of fuel in it, so that's going to run for 9 hours. And hopefully these fish in pond 2 will get back on their feed like they're supposed to be. I'm going to be running this pump. I'm just guessing now because I haven't kept steady at it, because I keep thinking, well, it's going to rain. I keep getting advised it's going to rain. I look around, it looks like it's going to rain, but it just never rains. Well, I'm not holding my breath anymore. I'm going to pump water. So I'm guessing that I'll have to pump water about 6 hours a day at that rate. You can see here the feed. It's about 4 o'clock. I fed these guys at 1. In 3 hours they didn't clean this up, and it's all around the edge here. And you'll notice if I walk by the bank here, these fish become very active. You see them all swimming towards me there? All those little V's in the water? They're hungry. They're wanting something to eat, and they can sense, they can feel me walking on the bank, and so they're all coming right over here. All those little waves in the water, those little fish swimming around waiting for me to feed them. So these guys are hungry, and these guys have left food in their water, or left water in their, food in their water, because there's a few of them out there that are swimming towards me. Maybe they'll swim over here and start eating some of this feed. A few of them are. It's just a lot of biomass in this pond, because this is where right after the typhoon, the breeders that lived went in here, and all the fry that we had up there went in this pond. Thousands of fish. Well, that was 6 weeks ago. So those thousands of fish have grown considerably. They eat a lot, they crap a lot, and you can see by the green in the water there, there's a lot of algae in this water. It would be great if this had 30,000 fingerlings in it. They would grow quick. It's not so great when you have larger fish and adult fish in there, because there's just not enough oxygen. And I don't have the electricity to aerate this pond. The only thing that I can do is water exchange. And so we're going to be, I'm going to be pumping that water like it's my religion for the next 3 days probably. And if we get a good rain, then I'll stop pumping. But until then, I'm going to keep this water moving into this pond. You can see these guys here are hungry. And you can see, I don't know if you can clearly see the difference in the water color. This dark green and this much lighter green. But that's just from algae buildup in the water. And that algae is from the amount of nitrogen in the water. And that nitrogen is created by the fish poop. And it's just a lot of it in there. And the only way to get rid of it is to wash it out or quit feeding them. I'm going to really limit their ration tomorrow, because this feed laying around in here just makes the water that much worse, that much quicker. So these boys and girls are going to clean that up. The good thing about this pond is that this pond also got all those freshwater shrimp. So I'm hoping that as this feed breaks down, and it will eventually sink. This is floating feed, but as if it stays in the water long enough, it will sink. And I'm hoping if it does sink, I'm hoping those shrimp in there survive. There should be, I don't know, over 1,000 in there, because we moved a lot of them in here. Hopefully they'll eat this feed, and it won't further contaminate this water. It's touch and go here for the next day or two, but I'm going to keep that pump running. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go up and get some feed for these guys and the guys in pond 1. And in my travel up there and back, I'm going to see if I can find something to splice this other little hole. It's not a big deal, because that small amount of water is just draining back into this pond anyway, going this way. So I'm not crazy worried about it right now, because it's not really pressurized to pump water into the tank. And I pumped water. The tank is full. Our water supply tank is full. That's why I'm not worried about that much right now. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.